Hey guys, it's Gordon J. Wallace, sales rep, Remax Real Estate Center in Cambridge, Ontario. Just coming to you on Tuesday, March the 24th. Last update I gave was on Friday, just kind of talking about the state of things, how I thought this upcoming week was going to be a very interesting one in terms of real estate and the impacts of COVID 19 on our business and our industry. Um, so the first thing I want to chat about is just a follow-up. One of the things I mentioned on Friday is that I'm going to be keeping an eye very closely on the number of new listings taken in our region, as well as the cancellations and suspensions, which kind of gives a test for how much confidence sellers have currently in today's market. So if we pop over to the MLS, just real quickly, I'm going to look at Waterloo. So you can see in the last 3 days, we've got 77 new properties that have come on the market. And then if I look at suspended and cancellations over that same time period, again, just since Friday, we've got only 34. So I would expect most of the suspensions and cancellations to happen on a Monday or Tuesday, just because of the fact that in the market right now, we're seeing a lot of people holding off on reviewing offers. That holding off on reviewing offers usually happens on a Monday or Tuesday, so I'd expect the cancellations or suspensions of those listings, if they didn't get the number that they were looking for, to happen on the Tuesday and even on the Wednesday following. So we'll check back on that tomorrow as well. But as it stands, it looks like things are pretty okay right now from a seller's point of view in terms of the confidence level. I just want to point out that the local MLS in Cambridge here has amended their bylaws. It used to be that if a property was on the market, it had to be available for in-person showings. They have adjusted that rule for the time being to allow properties to remain on the market without allowing in-person viewings. So again, you have all your digital resources. You've got virtual tours, the floor plans, the photos. You can contact your favorite realtor for any specific details on a property. A lot of times we've already gone in and looked at these properties before this all happened, if they've been in the market for a while. And yeah, just in terms of that, any questions, feel free to reach out about that. So with that being said, the government last night, was supposed to be this afternoon, released their list of essential businesses. So you can find that on the Ontario website. Okay. It's quite an extensive list of businesses that are available and open. A couple highlights that I want to point out. First is that construction activities are allowed to continue. Okay, so point number 28 here specifically. Construction work and services, including demolition services in industrial, commercial, institutional, and residential sectors. So if you're waiting on a new home to be constructed, hopefully the impact of this is lower, but again, everybody should be putting their own personal safety and health first, so you never know how individual projects are going to vary. If you are waiting for a new construction home, contact the builder and figure out what their game plan is for addressing this in the short term, as well as if they have any contingencies in place for the longer term. A lot of times people are going to give you the answer of they're just following the advice of the government and Health Canada. Okay, second point on here, 65, professional services, including lawyers, are still going to be open. The land registry office is still going to be open. So if you have a transaction that is due to close in the next couple of days to weeks, those transactions should proceed as expected, which is good news for anybody waiting to move in or to sell their house. And then number 67 here talks about the registration services, but also real estate agent services and moving services are still allowed to remain open to keep that flow going. The only thing I didn't see on here specifically was anything to talk about mortgage brokers. There is a point up above, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, that talks about financial institutions being allowed to be open, especially those that work as intermediaries for credit instruments. I think that would probably cover the mortgage people. But again, if you have a transaction that's in the process, you have a firm transaction that is closing, we don't know how long this is going to last. So it doesn't matter if it's in June, July, August, September. Contact your lawyer, your mortgage professional, your agent, and anybody else involved insurance. They're allowed to stay open as well. Just contact them all to make sure that they're not overwhelmed. Make sure that everything is still on track with your specific transaction. The last thing you want to do in this time of turmoil is to be overlooked unnecessarily. So just do your due diligence and just make sure you're contacting all the key players for your transaction for that. For my clients, I've already started proactively reaching out to your people, so expect that update from me later on this week. Okay, that being said, you can always search available listings online 24/7. Call Cambridge Home, call Kitchener Home, call WaterlooHome.com, call SouthernOntarioHome.com is the main one. You can view all the available listings here. Virtual tours, like I said, are always available to you. For clients that want to meet, but they don't want to get together face-to-face, I do have, like I said, on Friday I have GoToMeeting webinar conferencing set up. We can do that. We can call, text, email, all contact lists. For those that are in the process and need to go view homes in person for one reason or another, I am still available, and we can talk about the precautions that we'll take for those showings, including bringing gloves, sanitary wipes, leaving the kids at home as much as possible, and things of that nature. So again, any questions at all, don't hesitate. There are no silly questions. So feel free to reach out. It's Gordon Wallace, 226-218-0433, or Gordon at callcambridgehome.com. Texting is just as good as email, whatever you prefer. Thanks so much for watching, and again, any questions at all, please feel free to reach out.